Available some videos on a YouTube channel with the most important parts of the class. So if you check, the link is here. This is the link for the YouTube channel. Oops, here, yeah, this is the link. So I will also make available this this page here with some answers from yesterday's quiz. So this is going to help if you're working on the previous quiz. You can check these videos to help you out, and you can have a few answers available on the video as well. Don't bother to submit a quiz with no answers. There are some students that are submitting the quiz with not answering at all, no answers, or just 1 point, or just half point. This is not going to help your grade. You're going to have 50% here, 50% still not a good grade. But if you have 50%, you can work the other half. You can, and this, I promise you, if you have these answers, you will be able to figure out the other answers. Let's try to boost. I want to boost all your grades, everyone's grades. I mean, everyone's grades. Not just the ones that are with F or D, but everyone's. Moving to the topic of today's class, and a quick review. Yesterday we talked about the addition method. We started to talk about the addition method, and I think today we're going to finish. We're going to finish what I need to talk about the addition method. Comparing with the substitution method, there's a procedure as well. And remember, the substitution method, you have to do step 1, step 2, step 3, and if you do each step correctly, you find out the answer. For the addition method, in my view, is step 1, okay, step 2, not so important, but step 3 is the tricky one. This is the one that you have to master. This is the one that you have to be worried about, because this is a, let me read this. This, you have to multiply one or both equations by a number. And the objective of multiplying the equation by a number is to be able to eliminate one of the variables. And this is the tricky part, because it depends on your choice. The number is going to be decided by you. You're going to be decided the best number to multiply, to use, and be able to eliminate one of the variables. And this is the reason I'm telling you the tricky part of the addition method is step number 3, because it depends on a choice that you have to make by yourself. Okay? I will show you a few examples. I will show you how I choose the number. But at the end of the day, you are going to be, you need to make this decision. It's going to be up to you to decide the number to multiply one or both the equations to be able to eliminate one of the variables. Oh, Jacob, maybe. Let's check it a bit later. Maybe. All right, this is the review from yesterday. And today we're going to check, we're going to see how to apply addition methods and identify if the solution is going to be one solution, or if it's going to be no solution, or if it's going to be the case of infinitely many solutions. If we have a dependent system is the one that have infinitely many solutions. Okay. If we're trying to solve a system of linear equations, let's check here how to identify if this is the case of a dependent system that have infinitely many solutions on this example that we're going to work out now. So solve the system by using the addition method. And we have here, we're going to have the equation number 1. Let's say this first one, let's call this equation number 1. And the second, the one on the bottom, let's call equation number 2. Okay? Checking here the step-by-step, the procedure. The step number 1, write both equations in standard form. And if you check this out, both equations are already on the standard form, so we can skip step number 1. Okay. Step 2, clear fractions or decimals. We have some fractions here, but actually the second step is optional, and we can we can do this together with step number 3. We can clear fractions and multiply one of the equations or both by a number. Okay, so let's skip step number 2. Step number 3, find a number that will allow you to eliminate one of the variables. And let me tell you, the first thing you have to decide which variable you want to eliminate. On this system, I usually like to eliminate y. I usually prefer to eliminate y, because then I find x. If it's the best, if it's the easiest way, then eliminate y. I usually start thinking about y. So thinking, I need to eliminate y, and I have positive 10y. If I have positive 10y, I need to have negative 10y to be able to eliminate, right? 0. So I need to multiply the first equation by a number that makes this term here negative 10y. And the number that makes this magic, the number that makes this happen is 20. If I multiply 20 by negative 1 over 2, I will have negative 10y. Okay, so my decision, my choice, I decided here now to multiply the first equation by 20. Let's work it here and see what happens. Equation number 1, multiply by 20. 20 times 1 over 5 is 20 over 5, x. 20 times negative 1 over 2y is positive with negative, negative, 20 over 2, y. And 20 multiplied by 1 is 20, 20 times 1. Let's write it here, 20 times 1. Okay. We can simplify. 20 divided by 5 is 4x. 20 divided by 2 is 10. And 20 times 1 is 20. Now bring the equation number 2, the second equation, the right one. Let's bring the equation number 2, negative 4x plus 10y equals what? Equals negative 20. And add both equations. Let's add here. My objective was to eliminate y. That I did it, I made it. But at the same time, I end up eliminating x as well. And we end up eliminating this 20 here as well. So we will have, at the end, we have 0 equals 0. I ask you, is this true? Is 0 equals 0? This is a true statement or false statement? What do you think? Is this a true statement or a false statement? Is 0 equals 0? And I still don't see an answer, but yes, I think yes, right? Yes, true. Thank you, Will. This is a true statement. When you have a true statement like that, you're going to have infinitely many solutions. Any x and any y, any value of x are going to solve this equation. So you have infinitely many solutions. This is the case of the dependent system. We realized that this is a dependent system because after trying to solve it, we found a true statement, 0 equals 0. It can be 0 equals 0, 1 equals 1, 5 equals 5, negative 10 equals negative 10, 1 million equals 1 million, doesn't matter. If you have a true statement, yes, it is infinitely many solutions. Now, let's see the other situation that we can find. And the next situation that we can find, the other situation is if we find an inconsistent system. We don't know yet. We're going to try to solve this system here, and let's check if this is going to be an inconsistent system, and this kind of system have no solution. Let's check. Then we have here new system, and this is going to be equation number 1, and the next one, the other one on the bottom, is going to be equation number 2, and we need to solve it to be able to identify if it's going to have one solution, no solution, or infinite solutions. The first step is to make it look like the standard form. It's not in the standard form yet. So let's move all the variables to the left hand side to be on the standard form. So all the variables need to go to the left hand side of the equation. When we move, we need to change the sign, remember? I'm going to rewrite here the first equation. The first equation, if we move negative 3x from the right hand side to the left hand side, we're going to move negative 3x, which is going to become positive 3x. Plus what? Plus 2y equals 4. Okay? So this is the first equation. Next one. Let's work the second equation. 6x plus 5y. Now I'm going to move positive y to the left hand side. This is going to become negative y equals 2. And we can combine like terms, because we have here positive 5y minus y. This is equals to positive 4y. Okay, Adrian, no problem. Don't forget to open your assignment. Now, step number 3. Let's work step number 3 of the procedure. Multiply one of the equations by a number to allow to be able to eliminate one of the variables. The variable that I usually want to eliminate is y. So my decision, my choice, is to multiply this first equation here by negative 2. Because if I multiply this first equation by negative 2, I'm going to have negative 4y plus 4y equals 0. Okay? So multiplying. Let me bring it here. Positive 3x times negative 2 is negative 6x. Positive 2y times negative 2 is negative 4y. And positive 4 times 2 is negative 8. Now let's add equation number 1. This is equation number 1 that I multiplied. Add with equation number 2. So add here 6x minus 6x, 0. Positive 4y minus 4y, 0. And 2 minus 8, negative 6. Look what we found here. 0 equals negative 6. Is this true? Is this a true statement? What do you think? Is this true or false? 0 equals negative 6. Can you think any value of x that will make this true? And I'm waiting just a little bit for an answer, but then I will tell you, this obviously 0 is never going to be equals to negative 6, right? This is crazy. This is false. This is never going to happen. This is a false statement. That's right. Thank you, Will. False statement. And when you have a false statement like that, you have no solution. No solution at all. And that's it. Then you can identify if there's one solution. If you have infinitely many solutions, you're going to find 0 equals 0, a true state, a false state, a true statement, I mean. And if you have no solutions, you're going to find a false statement like that. Any questions? If you don't have any questions, I think we can work on our quiz. Do you agree? Can we work on a quiz? Let's move then. Before working on the quiz, and I'm going to see several examples of this, no solution, infinite solutions, one solution, but before, I want to check if you know the answer for this bell work here. And I know you found the answer already. I know you're going to be able to find the answer. This is an easy one. So type now, type your messages. What's going to be the answer for this bell work, this puzzle? If x equals 2 plus 2 plus 2, then y equals 12. If x equals 4 plus 4 plus 4, then y equals 24. If x equals 3 plus 3 plus 3, y equals 18. And the question is, if x equals 5 plus 5 plus 5, then y equals, I don't know, what is your answer? Well, we have 12 in the meeting, so Ryan, Makina, Maddie, Keon, Julian, Jalexis, Jacob, Ewell, Cynthia, Chrisdial, Kalia, and Adrian. What do you think is the right answer? Type now your messages. Let me see here, 12 messages, all with the right answer. You're gonna do it. You can do it. 30. Maddie said 30. You will agree with 30. Adrian agree with 30. Yeah, that's right. You will. Actually, the key to answer this question is to find the function that relates x, y to x. That's right. Kalia, don't know. Jacob said it's between 15 or 25. So we have 15, the wrong pen. 15, 25, 30. And this is a simple one. I'm going to bring next week the same thing with different numbers. The key is, as you will told here, you have to check, you have to find out the relationship between x and y. Because y is going to be a function of x. And we're going to find this function. If x equals 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, then y equals 12. If x equals 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. 12. Then y equals 24. If x equals 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, y equals what? 18. And it looks like that's right. You're going to have y equals 2 times x. That means if x equals 5 plus 5 plus 5, 15, that means y equals 2 times 15, 30. And the answer is going to be 30. The right answer is going to be 30. Jacob, very close. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Kalia. Thank you, Ewell. Yes, Adrian. Right answer, Ewell. Maddie, correct answer. The answer is going to be 30. So the answer for this bell work today, 30. Next week I'm going to bring kind of the same but with different numbers, a little bit harder because this one I think was too easy. Okay, moving. Let's work on the quiz now. And some of you have already completed the quiz because we're here on the Tiger Time and we complete most of the quiz, all the questions, most of the questions during Tiger Time. Let me give you an example. If you're not here on Tiger Time, you can go, Kalia. You can have some. You can relax a little bit. You worked too hard during Tiger Time. But if you want to stay to help, that's fine. It's up to you. Let me show here letter B. letter B. And the key, the secret, is to find the right number to multiply to be able to eliminate one of the variables. So the question here, solve the system by using the addition method. Does it have one solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions? And this is what you have to answer. It's going to be a multiple choice. On the forms, you're going to find a multiple choice to answer. So letter B, we have 3x minus 2y equals 1. Bye-bye. And we have negative 6x plus 4y equals 2. Let's say I want to eliminate y. So I have positive 4y. And to be able to eliminate y, I need to have negative 4y on the other equation, right? So we can eliminate and have it 0. We have positive 4y here. To have negative 4y, I need to multiply this equation here by a number. What number is going to be this? To have negative 4y here. Definitely the number is going to be 2, right? I have to multiply the whole thing by 2. So 6x, that means 2 times 3x, 6x. 2 times negative 4y, negative 2y, negative 4y, and 2 times 1, 2. Now repeat this. Repeat this one. Negative 6x plus 4y equals what? Negative 2. And add. Let's add 6x. We eliminated y. That was our objective, right? Eliminated y, 0. But we end up eliminating x as well. And this is going to be 0. We eliminated this 2. The solution here is 0 equals to 0, the solution of the equation. And when you have a true statement like that, remember the example? What's going to be the solution for this system? If we have a true statement, 0 equals 0, this is going to have infinitely many solutions. Infinitely many solutions. Okay? Try to work by yourselves. Try to work on the next, on the other questions. I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes, and after we can come together here, we can work together on a few more questions. And I can also give you feedback. You can type your answer here in the chat box, and I give you feedback and tell you if your answer is right or if it needs to be fixed. Okay? Let's move. Let's work.